The dangers of information disorder in every society have been an age-long disturbing phenomenon, with many attributing its impact to the advancement of technology and other factors. Policymakers from different walks of life who have decided not to rest on their oars until the problem of fake news is nipped in the bud gather to deliberate on a new approach to combat the situation at the National Dialogue on Election Information Disorder organized by Center for Democracy and Development CDD at the Federal Capital Territory Abuja. Highlighting the significance of continuous advocacy on information disorder, Mr. Bem Aga, Program Director, the National Democratic Institute (NDI), commended the Center for Democracy for being a major player in the fight against the menace of information disorder in Nigeria elections.
You understand? So it was an easy choice, really, when we're looking for a Nigerian partner. So clearly, the results are there, and I would rather, rely on what people in the room, you were in there as well, were saying. You had the feedback from the participant from Edo State, that in her view, this information was rolled back to perhaps 2%. Even if she didn't do it, even if this is anecdotal, it's good information to show that this project was effectively implemented and people saw the results. And that's one strong example. Nigeria is a big country. Over 220 something million people.
Speaking during a panel session, Mrs. Rhoda Saders, Deputy Director overseeing Civic Values and Education Department, National Orientation Agency, decried NOA's ordeal and putting measures in place to tackle the problem head-on at the grassroots levels, despite numerous challenges faced at sensitizing certain rural dwellers on the dangers of spreading fake news. She, however, affirmed that the synergy between NOA and other organizations is easier to maintain.
We are not resting on our oars, and we have been an indefatigable partners with INEC in all elections, even before this era. Right from the time of option A4, we have been there. So at the grassroots level, people sort of agree with us more than any other institution, because we've always been there. So what we do actually is that at the local government level, we have our community orientation and mobilization officers who are called HOMOs, and they are always in touch with the people at the grassroots, especially the duty bearers and the gatekeepers. So we disseminate the proper information.
Also contributing, Ms. Safia Beche, Senior Manager, KML Yagak Africa, called on technology giant to take more proactive measures to introduce novel ideas to tackle such challenges holistically.
Okay, so I think the tech giants have a critical role to play in terms of managing disinformation in Nigeria. First is to take citizens' reports very seriously, and I don't know how this will happen, but we are in an era of AI. Is there a way that the tech giant can develop an AI tool or an idea that can fact check by itself? So if I post an information that is not true, that's my thinking. I have not seen that technology. That technology should be able to check with all existing information within a time frame and to flag it. That would be my recommendation to tech giants. But I know, like I've mentioned during our group discussion, that we also need to look at things around right to know. It's high time we have the right to forget law in Nigeria.
The event climaxed with a memorandum of understanding between CDD, INEC, and security agencies, among other bodies. In Abuja, Gracious Fenana, Porton. Also contributing, Ms. Safia Bichi, Senior Manager, KML, called on technology giants to take more proactive measures to introduce novel ideas to tackle such challenges holistically. The event climaxed with a memorandum of understanding between CDD, INEC, and security agencies, among other bodies.